Go ahead, Dr. B.
Okey, selamat malam dan salam sejahtera. Hari ini hari Sabtu, 25 hari bulan Mei 2024. Saya mengucapkan selamat datang kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian ke Malindo 7.0. Malam ni kita ada 3 orang presenters. Kita ada Madam Kat Crawford from US, kita ada Dr. Nancy dan juga kita ada Madam Cleo-Anne daripada Sabah, Malaysia yang akan berkongsi persembahan dengan kita. So, very welcome to our guest speaker tonight, Madam Kat Crawford from Texas, USA. She looks so energetic, happy tonight. We have also Dr. Nancy. We have also Madam Cleo from Malaysia to share together with us. Okay, so while waiting for them, let me introduce to you that I know Madam Kat Crawford in Singapore during the symposium. She's a very nice lady, very well knowledgeable and strong educators that we want to learn something from her. So perhaps if you all have any questions, you might pose it to her. So without further delay, with our first presenter, Madam Kat Crawford, so I give the floor to you to start your presentations. Yes, please, Madam Kat Crawford, please introduce yourself and proceed. Thank you.
Yes, let me share my screen. Thank you so much for having me. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Kat Crawford, and this link here, tinyurl.com, Malindo with a capital K and a capital M, will get you to my presentation, which you'll definitely want because I link out everything. So click on every slide. There's lots there to enjoy during my presentation. It's so wonderful to be with you this evening. So here's me. This is my email address, and then I use @DramaticCat on most social accounts. So if you click on any of those buttons, you can follow me on any of those places. And I would love to connect with you after today and get to know you more on social. And as well, underneath, that's my 6-word story. That's sort of my motto: life unfurls for girls with pearls. To tell you a little bit about myself, I love to sing. I was a musical theater major, and there's a little video of me there doing that. I love animals, especially monkeys. That's me in Nicaragua meeting Lucy. And then I'm also what's called a woo, which if you're a fan of Strength Finders, it means winning others over, which means I love to connect and meet new people. So you'll see a picture of me there hanging out with Doctor because I was in Singapore for the Google Champions and had an incredible time flying from the United States to Singapore just to meet everybody in 19 different countries, which was just incredible. So I hope to be presenting and meeting you in person someday because I want to come visit wherever you are. So a little bit about my story. I started off working in theater. I was working in New York City on Broadway when 9/11 happened. And I lost my job and didn't know what I was going to do. And so I went into teaching. They were offering anybody an opportunity to come teach and get a license if they lost their job during 9/11 and had a bachelor's degree. So I jumped into it. I then taught theater at an IB school in Michigan for many years where I grew up. And then I moved to Texas and worked as an IB coordinator. While I was doing that, I had an opportunity to start working in a special space in Texas called the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, designing instructional technology for kids who were locked up, who were incarcerated. And that led me to work for a national nonprofit called Break Free Education for many, many years. In fact, I just sort of finished working with that organization this past February. So I got to work with them for 11 years. And it was while I was doing that work, we wanted to bring technology into the most secure schools in the United States. In the US, we incarcerate the most kids out of anywhere in the world, and it's awful. And we have to educate because that's the #1 way to reduce recidivism. So we found that Chromebooks were the best way to like secure a device to make sure that it was safe so that no one could ever see that our kids were there, right? We don't want them to have a digital footprint to show that they were in those spaces. And that led me to becoming a Google innovator. I went to the Washington, D.C. 17 cohort, and it changed my life. Everything that I knew about education, everything that I knew about my work changed in that one thing. So I encourage you, if you haven't applied to be an innovator, that to me was a turnkey moment in my life. I then went to work as I do currently for the Schlechty Center. It's another nonprofit, and I'm the executive director of digital innovation. Now I work with traditional schools to help focus on engagement and try to help them shift from a school to prison pipeline. So really rethinking about their policies and things so that kids can be successful as opposed to potentially going down the wrong path. And that, of course, led me to meet all of you at the Singapore Symposium this past September. And that was just an incredible opportunity for me. I couldn't have imagined going anywhere else. The group that got together was just so impactful and so powerful. I love ed tech, as you can see. I have every certification from Google. I'm very excited about AI. I love Hopera. If you've never heard of it, it's a great tool. But there's just a lot of things out there right now that I love to take advantage of. These are some of the things in my space. So get those certificates. Show your badges off. You know, that's really where you do all of your great learning, is getting an opportunity to take advantage of those things. Last year, I decided with Taylor Swift to make these friendship bracelets at ISTE, and they became really popular. I call them Cat's Candy. They're kind of like branded memories. So I'll put the name of a person's book or their catchphrase, or when we went to Singapore, I put Google or Singapore on them. Just things that are really kind of powerful statements, and then just share them with people when I go to events. So I made one for everybody at the symposium. I made 400 last year at ISTE, and I hope to make some more when I go this year as well. But at the end of this presentation, I'm going to share a form with you, and I hope you'll fill it out, because I'm going to draw a few winners, and I'll make you a special bracelet that says Malindo, and send it in the mail to you after this conference. So I'm really excited to share the Cat's Candy with you. So I wanted to tell you about something really cool that was happening in the US that I just thought we've got to start interesting more people across the globe around EduGuardians. This is a group that just started. It was 5 educators who decided they wanted to build a community of other teachers. And I love that. I love anything that is about promoting teachers, but also coming from just teachers. It's not a company. It's not something that's going to make profit. It's just a group of wonderful people who are volunteering their time to bring teachers together. It's open to everybody. It really pushes you to innovate and design, which sometimes I'm kind of like, I need an assignment. Like, I need to go to school when I need work to be done. And so when they post these challenges and things, I get so excited, and I want to practice them and learn together and share with other people. So today I'm going to show you how you can get involved. There are some links on the bottom here to their newsletter, to their Twitter or X account, and to their website. This is my superhero. So this is kind of how it all started. When they came up with the idea of EduGuardians, they started posting their superhero and what their superpower was in education. So mine is, she believes all students deserve a high quality education. She fights for social justice policies in our schools, and every day she works to disrupt the school to prison pipeline. In addition, they started making trading cards like Pokemon cards or baseball cards. They came up with a design in Canva, and you could put in your hero and put all your information inside. And we're bringing our cards to ISTE and exchanging them. But there's also going to be a digital exchange as well if you can't be there in person. And I see this as something like a business card that you would take to conferences as you move forward, or as you meet people when you're traveling to different schools. It's a really cool idea. So obviously I don't look like my superhero today. I was asked to share with you my alter ego. This is the lunch lady. Hello. She was a character that was in the Bake Off last year for the Google EdTech Bake Off, and she won. And this year is competing again. And so it's based on a character from a funny show. I put the little video there from America. And she also has her own Twitter page, and she made a rare gold trading card, but she only has 20 of them to give away at ISTE. So it's a big deal. But at the end of this session, you can share your superhero, and one of you is going to win one of those rare gold cards, and it's going to be inside of a plastic case, and I'll mail it to you wherever you are. So that's going to be really exciting. But her hashtags are mystery meat and the gloves are off. So here are some of the other hero trading cards, and I made them clickable. So if you click on the card, it will take you out so that you can see that person's Twitter account, and you can kind of get to know a little bit about them. But just some examples of different educators. And I would love to see you guys represented on this page. I want to see a global page of trading cards of all different stories and all different superpowers. Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go. Catching up. Another thing we do as the EduGuardians is Tech Shirt Tuesday. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a shirt, but it's a way for us to show some of the best tools that we appreciate them and we're excited to use them. And so different people will post a picture of them wearing their shirt, and then or their cup or whatever, and tag the brand and let them know, hey, it's Tech T-shirt Tuesday, and use the hashtag. They post innovative challenges every week that you can participate in. And then they also do a really great job of community promotion. So if you're going to present at a conference, they'll retweet you to the whole community. If you're going to, if a big conference that is happening, and we're presenting, they'll put all your presentations out there so you know where to go see EduGuardians. If it's Friday, they feature a new educator every week and highlight them. So it's just a really great way to lift up other educators and support them in such an amazing place. And all of those are clickable, so you can go see them. So to get started, there's a template that you can use to make your superhero in Microsoft Copilot. Then you can post it. They really like to use X, so that's where they'll kind of see it if you use their tag and then use a hashtag for EduGuardians. And then you can go into Canva with this template and make your own trading card. I can't wait to see what you design. I saw Mamie's design this week, and I was like, whoa, it was insane on Facebook. All right, so I know you guys have a lot of questions, so I'm just going to put a couple things here. This is my information. I'd love to connect with you. Then after you make your EduGuardian card, please tag me when you share it, and I'll select 2 winners to send my cards to in the mail, and then sign up to win some of the bracelets that I'm going to make for Kat's Candy, and I'll send them to you in the mail. So yes, and please share that link to the slides. Awesome. Well, I'm sure you have many questions, and I will answer them all, I promise.
Yeah, Madam Crawford. So it looks like it's going to be very interesting that the good efforts that you've been done. So how you come up with the idea of doing these superheroes things?
So it wasn't my idea. That it was the EduGuardians. I just was on Twitter one day and I saw other people posting them, and I thought, oh my goodness, I have to figure this out. What is going on? And I love to connect and network for other people. And so this has been an opportunity for me to take their idea and share it with everyone in my network. And so that's kind of what I've been doing.
So what about other educators? What did you think about your innovations or whatever you're doing right now? Do you have a positive response?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they love it. They're like, I think over the course of, it's only been out for about a month and a half now. And they've grown in size. They have like 200 educators now that are participating and making cards and making superheroes. So I just think that number could explode if we continue to push it out globally.
So one of the question is asking you about how you make these superheroes. Uh, what we call it, helping you in teaching and learning in class. So how does the student respond on this?
Yeah. Well, I think what it is sometimes we forget to reflect on what makes us amazing. We forget to think about it. And honestly, when I was making my card, it took me a long time to think about what do I want to celebrate about me? But it was so wonderful because as any of you who are really good at branding knows, it's like the key to being a really good marketer is knowing what is great about your skill set and then putting that out to the world. And what I think it does is it helps you connect and see what other educators are doing, because there might be something where like, oh, you know what? I'm horrible at sending a mail merge. And if I know somebody's really good at Google Sheets, I'm going to like latch onto their superpower because sometimes I need help in that area. So in some ways, it exposes us to people who can connect and help us innovate in areas where we might have weaknesses because people are highlighting their superpowers. But it also just makes us feel really good about what we do.
So the next question is, before this, your career is very much different from education. You see, you're working with the Broadway, and then after that, you said you lost your job, and then you got the opportunity of joining educations to the transformation from what you're doing before and what you're doing right now. So tell me, how do you feel about changing your career, and how do you feel about your career now?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I think that technology and theater are actually really similar, because I'm a big divergent thinker. And I didn't really know a lot about that until I went to the Innovator Academy. And I didn't know that that was a big strength of mine. And so when technology fails, I like get so excited because I want to come up with 100 ways to fix it. Or if I see a new tool, I want to think about how it would apply to any classroom, or where we could kind of build out different connections to other countries and other curriculums. So for me, I think it's like I get to do the theater when I'm presenting and connecting with people, but also the way my brain thinks, it's really great to have that skill set. And don't worry, I still sing in the shower.
If I'm if I'm your student right now, she's very happy to go to school every day. Because during my school years back, we don't have internets, we don't have teachers who really have the kind of attire you're being wearing right now. Just like a normal one, it's going to be very monotonous. Whenever the teacher came into the class, I said, "Wow, it's so boring," because we don't have this kind of what we do have today, like with the connection of the internet, with the kind of technology, with the kind of what you're doing right now with superheroes. Really a wow, you really have a wow factor. But the only thing is I want to ask you here is what kind of obstacle or resistance you will see by doing what you'll be doing today in education?
You know, for me, I'm really passionate about making sure that everyone gets a high quality education. And I think the biggest obstacle right now is kind of mental health issues that students are going through, and also just understanding like classroom management and behavior. And I think we just have so much more to learn in those spaces to get kids excited about education. I think we're still recovering from the sort of damage that the pandemic did to a lot of kids, in kind of creating apathy and creating a space that makes it a little bit more challenging to get things across when you're like, oh, why do I have to be here? I could have just been home this whole time. And I think it's called on us to take it up a notch, right? And so with that, we have to really think about the kids that we're teaching. And the biggest challenge that I would say is getting to know your kids so that you can design in a way that is specific to them. All designers have to focus on their clients. And sometimes we forget that kids are our clients,
Yeah. Yes, that's very good. Then from 5 years from now, if you still an educators, you still are teachers, you still do whatever you love in the classrooms, what do you think the changes that will happen in 5 years from now?
I think in 5 years from now, AI is going to play an integral role in the way that schools function. I think personalized opportunities are going to be enhanced. I think what we think of as work products that students do is going to transform and have to become way more hands-on and innovative in order to get away from things that can be just created using some of those tools. And so it's going to push kids to become deeper thinkers and critical thinkers in a way that we haven't really experienced yet.
You know what? I really love your presentations. It's quite intriguing. You are really amazing person, because the way you answer my questions seems that you are very well prepared.
So you test it, doctor.
No, because I'm also an educator. Probably I'm from different background, but we all are educators, no matter what kind of field of expertise that you are in. But the way she answered is very cool, She was so well prepared, and she really, all the words really put in very nice sentence. Okay, I'm going to give a chance to Mr. Masweet to ask questions.
Okay,
Please.
go ahead, Pak Win.
Okay.
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, Mr. Masweet. You can switch on your microphone.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Basrudin and Mr. Nanang.
Yeah.
Good evening, Kat. It's nice to meet you.
You too.
Yeah, it's a nice presentation for me that make inspiration for me. There is something I want to ask you about. This is EduGuard. EduGuard is a platform. Yeah, it's a platform of education that every teacher can connect it. So, is there any requirement for the teacher from Indonesia to join that and make a collaboration?
Yeah, not at all. That's why I love it. Everyone can be an EduGuardian. All you have to do is create your superhero and share it with the world, and you will be part of the team.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll try it.
Awesome. I can't wait to see your superpower.
Wow, Mr. Nanang, after this, I think both of us have to become a superhero already. You want me to think about your avatar, what? Probably we can learn from Malindo Connect.
Become a superhero from the jungle, Mr. Basrudin.
Okay, that's very good. As a veterinarian, I will looking for the jungle one.
Yeah, in collaboration with Kat Crawford.
All of them is connected.
That's right.
There's a beauty of what we're doing right now, Cikgu Nanang, together with Kat Crawford and Masweet and all of you who joining us tonight. The kind of education, the kind of the information that we're going to share together is really, really great. Especially when you have somebody like Madam Crawford, who's so powerful, was so energetic. I don't know where she got the kind of energy. Where do you get this kind of energy, Mr. Crawford? You don't look so tired and early in the morning. What do you share with us?
It's coffee. No, I've always had a lot of energy, and trust me, it can be great. It can also be a little annoying at times.
Right. Cikgu Nanang, do you have any question you're gonna ask?
Yes.
Speakers. Yeah, silakan. please.
Okay, I have one question for you, Kat. How push ourselves to be a become educator who have a passion to out of the box? I think what you done to make those character is make a lot of effort. So how we can make someone or maybe myself to become out of the box, yeah, become extraordinary educator.
Yeah. I think for me, I love an audience. And so the idea that other people are going to see my work gets me really excited, right? And not everybody likes an audience. And so it's really about tapping into your motives and figuring out as a learner what motivates you. Do you get really excited about working with other people and maybe you collaborate with someone to make your card or your superhero? And you share different iterations as you're designing. Or maybe you are the type of person who gets really excited about using a new tool. And so if the tool is new, you'll go in and you'll try different things and get excited about trying to innovate. So it really just depends what motivates you as a learner.